Right, so I'm getting some progress in the garage done here. It's not going fast, but there we go. I've got the machine moving jacks done. There's one of them there. There's actually two that work in pairs, otherwise they fall over because I haven't got the feet on them. But I needed this done. This floor needed to be done. And I do a little bit of work and I'm completely out of breath because of long COVID. There's the milling machines. As you can see, I moved that one on the machine movers. I moved the white one on the same movers, and I've put the shaper on the engine lift. And I am going to screed with this 3 to 50mm screed. Self-smoothing, not self-leveling. I wanted self-leveling, but it says self-smoothing. Oh well, we'll go with it anyway. It does a 50mm depth, and as you can see, some of the screws are getting close to 50mm out of the floor, whereas some of the screws, look in here, there, that one there. Some of the screws are 6mm out, so I've done the minimum depth that the company recommended. They say 3mm on the bag, but I've said it's in a workshop. They said if you're driving cars on it and moving machines about, you want 6mm minimum. The bag instructions tell you to put screws in 500mm on centre, approximately it says. I am doing them 500 on centre, as we can see, using 2 tape measures. After it's done, it's got 6 bags at the moment. I've got 16 bags. I think I'm going to get another 10 because it's getting a bit thick down here. It's all the way down to 50mm. Some of these screws are 49mm. The epoxy floor coating says it is self-leveling. I'll talk to the company and they say it follows the contours of the floor. So I might just get an epoxy self-leveling compound and then get garage floor paint for that to go on top of this leveling screed. Just to ensure that it's easy to roll stuff like this over it. So this is the next day and I've finished all of the screws. 60 screws, and I've put one outside the perimeter of this wood. So as a datum, because these are going to be slightly covered, I should imagine, so I won't be able to take a datum off of these. So that is the same height as that one, which is the same height as that one. Within reason, they're all good. And my brilliant Draper value thingy, if you put it on one way, it shows the bubble low on that side. If you put it on the other way, I haven't tested this one, so this might be wrong. Could have settled overnight maybe. Then it's on the other side of the bubble. You see that? Well, this one's more on this side, but basically you get lined up on that line there, then you get lined up on that line there, and then they're all about the same. So we'll pick another one. We'll pick on another one just to pick on another one. And I'd say that's to the left as you're looking at it. And hopefully this will be to the right as you're looking at it, or close to the centre. So that's how they all are in that kind of approximation. And that's how I do it. So these will all be very close to one another, extremely close. So there's the stuff I'm using. Suitable for external use. Traffic after 4 hours. Oh, we'll see. We will see. I don't know where I got to with the video, and I know this is not perfect. Should have gone way better than this. What I'm feeling is the epoxy resin coating that's going to go on the top of this hopefully will take out any imperfections. Now at the present it doesn't look too level. I mean, you've got a piece of wood which is going down at this angle here, but according to the screws that are screwed into the floor, this should be quite level. It should be very level. I poured my last bag in here and it's still settling, and I did wave as far as I could over with my trowel thing, plastering, whatever you call them, I don't know, float. Is it the floats? I don't know. That's as far as I could reach, and there's going to be a line there, you can see it. There's a couple of imperfections down here where my float jaggled a little bit, and I thought I'd leave it and it'd be alright, but in comparison to what I had, this is going to be absolutely glorious. So it needs a lot of cleaning up, and I might put that vice on eBay. It's too big for my shaper vice there, and try and get the smaller version of that for my sheeper, or just go along with a modern machine vice. This be a 4-inch vice for that one. I much prefer a wide opening vice, but we'll see. We'll see. There we go. That's as good as the screen is going to be. I might be putting self-leveling epoxy over the top of it. Amongst the complete mess, I had a donation. Someone gave me an air drill that needs cleaning up. They also gave me a seized up Blue Point air ratchet, an old manually filled greaser, an air conditioning fill pipe, I guess that's one of those manual bottles you get, some King Dick spanners, I love King Dick spanners in the UK, and there's a file in there. Oh, I didn't see that. A file, and this air gun. It's a 3/8 air gun. Alright. That's unusual, isn't it? A 3/8 air gun. We'll give them a blast when I get the compressor going. That'll be the next thing that's going to be going up, is the compressor room outside the garage to hold the compressors in securely and stop the noise being in here. Right, these are not skid marks, these are wheel marks. As you can see how dirty they were before. I did some manoeuvring around here. I didn't use that to do the manoeuvring because I can now push that along by hand because there's no ripples. Like the concrete floor is slightly ripply and you've got stones every now and again and what have you, then you would need this bar to move it. I use that bar to get it over the lip, wheel by wheel, one by one. I got it over, and I'm still not into recording at the moment. I'm getting better from COVID, but I'm still not fully functional and able to speak properly and do stuff at the same time. So anyway, before I put this down, I thought, well, this should be relatively easy, so I might record it. Here we go. It looks nearly square, it's alright where it is. Well, she's on the floor. So that's free now. She's free. For my next trick, I'm going to get the granite over that higgledy piggledy mess. Oh man, I'll get that granite around here now. Because I'm going to put the granite right in the corner here. So I'm lodging this forward bit by bit. I've took the rotary table off. It is suspended in mid-air right there with only one leg holding it up on the shortest setting. So I'm now at the point where I'm going to try and jack it up high enough and then bring one of the skates and put it underneath that front end there, and it should hold it on 3 skates to be able to move it up far enough to get the other skate underneath. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm going to be using chocks, I'm going to be using loads of stuff. Oh man. Okay, that was probably fast forwarded. The problem I'm having is, you see me shaking my head, is I've just jacked it up, and here is the back wheel, and the back wheel is off the floor now. And you know, I'm jacking it there, and I can't jack any further forward. If I jack it from here, it don't work because these toe jacks aren't quite carling. As you see, I have to prop things in between the two of them, and can I jack from the side. These need foot plates on them to be able to toe jack properly. So I might have to fabricate the toe plates just to do this operation. And what I've done is I've just wound the y-axis back in again. So no. Man. Not ideal. I might be able to just put one toe jack in this side. The thing is, once it gets a certain height, it's best to have both in so they fight against each other. I really need to make the foot plate, so I'm going to have to make the foot plates for these. Now it's the next day and the toe jack worked a treat. I'll show you in a minute. Now I'm going to watch me try and get it on the slab. Hopefully this goes tickety-boo. Dear me, excuse me. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit Heath Robinson, but it does the trick. So he says. There we go. So now it doesn't move when I jack it. And that is what we want. So I probably won't bring the thing on straightish. What I'm thinking is get it close and then jack it up onto a block of wood and then just roll it straight on. Fingers crossed. Nearly there. Nearly there. Yeah, I think we'll go. Just in case. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I have got a saw behind it that I might want to move. And boy heck is that saw easier to move now. So much easier to move, it's unbelievable. Here we go. slab in a second. There I'm on the slab. I'm on the slab. All the way on. Can I push it now? Oh yeah, she just rolls now. She just rolls now. So now I've just got to do a 3-point turn manoeuvre, and I'll have the Bridgeport facing my way. I don't think you need to see that. We'll try and get into frame. So you saw my plan of action there. I pushed the skates back as far as I could and got the machine as far over the slab as I could and got one skate in, and then propped the skate that was still on the floor underneath it and then pushed it as far as I could again. Then I could got both skates underneath. Once I'd got both skates underneath at the front, I got it as close as I could and then put it onto these 6x2s, and she's on. And I can push it by hand. Once you break the friction, it moves. I just moved it a little bit then. Cannot move it on this floor with little ripples in it. On that, I can. So fingers crossed these cracks that have appeared in it aren't too drastic. Hopefully don't get any more. Time will tell, yeah? Is it good or is it bad? I don't know. We'll soon find out. Right. I'm going to try and attempt to move the fork milling machine now with some bits to light. It might go wrong. I doubt it. you can see now. I get the gist of it. You get the gist. Hopefully there's enough there. If not, we should be wanting some jogging, just in case. So, all by the shouting, it's on the slab. As you can see, I had to use that 2mm piece of steel just to make sure. I just want to make sure nothing was going to go wrong there. I've got a couple of feet to go back, well, maybe a foot and a half to go back, 18 inches or so. Get back as far as possible, out the way. Then obviously the bed can be pulled all the way to the forward position once it's resting on some decent rests, and that will give me enough room to work on the Bridgeport, which, to be fair, is looking a lot better where it is. I don't know why it's looking better where it is now than it was before, but it is. I think it's because it's level. Well, I can actually get the car back in here now. So that's going back another 18 inches, look here. It's going to go back until that wheel hits the floor, hits the wall basically. But you get the gist of it. I've got everything apart from the welding table, which, let's face it, the welding table can just go out that door. You know, nice dry day, concrete in here, can stay out overnight, and then you can come back in when the concrete's dry. And then go back out a couple of days later when I'm doing the thin set, the screeding, the floor levelling. Because to make it clear, this is going to be concrete filled because it's cheaper and more solid. And that stuff, this screed levelling compound stuff, I'll do that about 10mm thick, and that should be considerably cheaper, considerably. So that cost me £1,000 for that levelling, and you can see things roll on it dead easy, so just push them now. Before I did have to use a lever underneath it, that big lever bar down there, the snap-on 6-foot lever bar, whatever it is, 5-foot lever bar. So the garage floor is very nearly done now. I've put the plastic down to keep any oils off of it. Obviously once I've poured this side that I'm standing on now and it's time to dry, then I'll epoxy this side first that I'm standing on. Now I know that can take it. It's definitely took machines with small wheels and not fallen to pieces, so I'm quite happy at that. That's going to be good. It can take a jack with a car on it. That'll be good. So it's starting to look at the business now. It's amazing how much what a level floor does. I can't wait till it's all homogeneous, the whole lot, because it's just going to look so much better.